Here we are in game one. My opponent is going first. Probably I'm going to start this out with Technosmith. I worry a little bit about getting behind on the board if my opponent is making aggressive plays like zombie infantry, but I think that I think Technosmith is yeah, I think Technosmith is a good play here. Then the question is whether or not I want to use Technosmith on my Zithian Hulk, which is gives me an 8-11, or Tower Vanguard gives me a 6-13. Could be a 10-13, but probably not, given that I don't have many ways of boosting it. I think I'm going to Technosmith the Tower Vanguard. And then I'm going to play, let's see, then I'm going to play the Scorpion, see if my opponent has, other answers to the Scorpion. I could try to trade with the Zombie Infantry, which is certainly not a bad situation, but I have a number of cards that can do 5 damage. For example, the Zarath that I just drew, or the Fellwalker. So I don't feel the need to block the Zombie Infantry straight off, and it's possible that my opponent will have a bit of trouble dealing with the Scorpion. I'm not sure. Surprised there. A little, no, that, okay. That makes sense. Little surprised he didn't play the Blightwalker in front of the Scorpion, but this certainly works. Need to level up the Scrapforge Titan, because I think the Scrapforge Titan is a win condition. Just going to toss my Zarath in front of the Zombie Infantry, and hit battle. And then Scrapforge Titan should be able to kill his Blightwalker. Blightwalker, unless he does something, the Blightwalker will trigger the Charnel Titan, which is good. So, unless my opponent does something unexpected, I'm thinking about sacrificing my Scrapforge Titan to a Corpse Crawler and bringing out a Charnel Titan, which puts me in a strong position. Excellent. Restless Wanderers are pretty easy to kill. I think I'm going to take 5 damage from them. And then I will play Charnel Titan in front of the Flesh Fiend, run combat, and then play the Corpse Crawler. I think whether or not to level my Rite of the Grimgaunt is an interesting question here. He has Blightwalkers. Blightwalkers are good at dealing with Rite of the Grimgaunt creatures. Also, he has a Touch of Blight. A Touch of Blight is good at dealing with Rite of the Grimgaunt. I think I'm not, given that he's leveling both Blightwalker and Touch of Blight, I think it would be a mistake for me to use my Rite of the Grimgaunt here. I'm going to toss out Metamind Adept for the card draw. Nothing really special. And then Tarsus Deathweaver. There's my Technosmith. Was not able to level up either of my Forge Plate Sentries, which is unfortunate, although Forge Plate Sentry 2 is still a force to be reckoned with later on in the game. There's his Blightwalker again. So when I think about my next turn, probably going to block his Blightwalker with my Technosmith. Need to do something about his Deep Branch Prowler, so let's level up my Forge Plate Sentry, toss a Fellwalker. Fellwalker will trade evenly with the Deep Branch Prowler. I take a bit of breakthrough damage, but yeah, because of the Tarthus Deathweaver, my zombie is going to be able to kill his Prowler. Good. And I got my Scrapforge Titan too, which puts me in a very nice position for late game, having both Technosmith 3 and Scrapforge Titan 3 in my deck. At the next reshuffle. So this is the type of situation where Vault Technician shines. Vault Technician, by virtue of its high power, is a card that can trade against his Restless Wanderers, which I'm very happy to do here. So let's use my Scrapforge Titan to kill his Blightwalker, and then yeah, I'm going to Vault Technician to block the Restless Wanderers. Yeah, and I'm sitting at 70 life, soon to be 65 life, which is not a bad situation to be in with Scrapforge 3 in my deck. Epidemic is annoying. Epidemic, very strong card in draft, just as it is a very strong card in constructed. Although with 5 armor, my Scrapforge Titan will probably eventually kill his Darkheart Wanderer. So now I'm going to need to throw something in front of the Restless Wanderers. I can't afford to take 20 damage from 2 attacks. Zarath easily can deal with the Flesh Fiend because he regenerates. He should be back at full health by the next time he engages in combat. And I'm going to toss out the Tower Vanguard. Excellent. So the his Darkheart Wanderer will trigger my Charnel Titan, which is excellent. My opponent has 2 Epidemics in his deck. Double Epidemic decks are very nice indeed when you can get them. Let's see. So I'm going to toss out my Metamind Adept, see what I draw. Corpse Crawler. Would I rather level the Corpse Crawler or the Charnel Titan here? Charnel Titan is a 10. Yeah, I'm probably rather have the Corpse Crawler leveled up. So going to take a little bit of damage from his Darkheart Wanderer. So with both Corpse Crawler 3 and Scrapforge Titan 3 in the deck, I think things are looking pretty good right now. Okay. Uh, could play a Rite of Grimgaunt here, but I don't think that's... I don't have a good card to play it on. It's only Rite of Grimgaunt 1. I'm going to toss out Vault Technician and Ionic War Charger. Yeah, and this is a good position to be in. Tower Vanguard 3 is a 1821. If I happen to draw my Aegis Pulse, I probably won't be able to give him armor given the way this deck is constructed, but it's nice to at least have that out. So I play the Vanguard, run combat. Then Fellwalker is great for these type of blocking situations. I can trade my first Fellwalker for his wounded zombie infantry and be left with a small body on the board. And this should be game. I don't think he has any answers to Scrapforge Titan that he has leveled. Oh, and the Aegis Pulse, of course, yes, for the Tower Vanguard. This. Oh. So if I Aegis Pulse my Tower Vanguard, even if I Aegis Pulse the Tower Vanguard, it's not big enough to kill the Blightwalker. But it makes the Blightwalker small. Fellwalker is not a very relevant body here. I'm going to hit Aegis Pulse, just because I've never activated a Tower Vanguard 3 before, and he can now die valiantly. Okay. So I'm just going to sacrifice the Forge Plate Sentry to the Blightwalker, and then I'm going to do 23 damage to my opponent. Oh, and yes, my luck is in this game. Probably didn't need the second Scrapforge Titan, but there he is. And this should end the game. And that is game over. Thank you very much, and I will see you back for game 2.